Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. The Lakers need to make decisions that will save the season, and this team can return to being competitive and able to reach the top of the NBA. Bringing in a big star is very expensive, but at the moment it is the most likely way to achieve success along with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Rumors: trade between three teams brings Paul George to the Lakers, and the biggest big three in the NBA is formed. Lakers land star Paul George in multi-team blockbuster trade proposal. With the Los Angeles Lakers expected to be an active team at the upcoming NBA trade deadline, we can get a little wild with the thinking for a deal. Los Angeles needs some extra firepower on the roster if they want to truly contend in the bloodbath that is the Western Conference. The Lakers have been trying for years to land a third star player alongside Anthony Davis and LeBron James, much to no avail. But in this new proposed trade, Los Angeles does exactly that. This is a multi-trade blockbuster that sees a few stars moved around. The deal will be between the Lakers, Philadelphia 76ers, and Chicago Bulls. Here is what the trade would look like. Lakers receive forward Paul George and forward Torrey Craig. 76ers receive guard Zach LaVine, guard Jalen Hood-Schifino, a 2025 second-round draft pick from the Lakers, and a 2030 second-round draft pick from the Lakers. Bulls receive guard D'Angelo Russell, forward Rui Hachimura, forward Jared Vanderbilt, center Christian Wood, and a 2029 first-round draft pick from the Lakers. With the 76ers receiving LaVine, they get to keep 3 stars on their roster. Philadelphia was previously interested in the Bulls guard and finally land him for their team. Losing George this early into his tenure with the team hurts, but they get off the long-term contract that they gave to him. While LaVine also has a long deal, the 76ers get off an extra year and he is younger than George. The Bulls receive a nice haul for LaVine, with a few players that they can rebuild around. Los Angeles essentially trades these few players to Chicago for the services of George, allowing the addition of the first-round pick to be included. As for the Lakers side of the deal, they land a third star to help propel them forward. George gives them a scoring wing who can also defend at a high level. While he may not be the same player that he once was, George can still lock down on the defensive end of the floor. The veteran has dealt with some injuries this season, but he would be a massive addition. George would also get to come back home and could finally play for the Lakers. Los Angeles previously had interest in him, but he ended up landing with the Los Angeles Clippers. The Lakers would be taking a gamble with this deal, but one that they may elect to go with. It would help them be more competitive and give them a real chance to win it all this season. LeBron James: Lakers need to avoid drowning until injured players return. LeBron James posted a 39-point triple-double, while Anthony Davis was just 2 assists away from a 38-point triple-double himself. And it still wasn't enough as the Los Angeles Lakers lost for the 7th time in 9 games, falling 134-132 in overtime to the Atlanta Hawks. Injuries have hurt the Lakers as Austin Reeves has missed the last 4 games while the frontcourt has been without Jared Vanderbilt and Christian Wood all year. Not to mention Jackson Hayes has been dealing with an ankle issue for weeks now. Because of all of this, the rotation has been pretty limited for the Lakers, but James still feels the Lakers can come out of this as long as they don't completely collapse. Following the loss to the Hawks, LeBron mentioned the injuries, but says the Lakers just can't drown right now, via Spectrum Sportsnet. We have about 5 guys in our top 11 that are not in uniform. We're mixing and matching a lot as we try to find ways obviously, so it's very challenging. We didn't have much room for error at the beginning of the season, so to have 5 guys out, AR out, Vondo out, Seawood has not played this year, Jackson. So it's some big pieces. I don't know as far as what will help us get over the hump, we just gotta not drown. Don't drown and we'll be alright. Some might argue that the Lakers are already drowning with the results over these last few weeks. 4 of the Lakers' recent losses have been by at least 25 points, and the effort and energy has been awful. That part turned around against the Hawks as the Lakers showed plenty of fight behind James and Davis, but it still didn't result in a victory. Not having Reeves in the lineup has been rough as he is so important as a scorer and creator and helps take so much pressure off LeBron. But the lack of front-court depth makes a huge impact as well, particularly not having Vanderbilt, who is one of the best perimeter defenders in basketball. But LeBron knows the Lakers can't use anything as an excuse and, at the end of the day, must figure out a way to get back in the win column. LeBron James once again alludes to future retirement after Lakers' emotional loss. LeBron acknowledged he has limited time left to play after Friday's overtime loss to the Atlanta Hawks. Following a tough 134-132 overtime loss for the Los Angeles Lakers at the hands of the Atlanta Hawks, LeBron James once again mentioned the potential limited time left in his storied career. James, who's turning 40 on December 30th, had a 39-point triple-double, adding 11 assists, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 2 steals on Friday night. Hawks star point guard Trae Young hit a go-ahead three-pointer with 7.4 seconds left in overtime to give Atlanta the win. When asked after the game if he thinks fans are still able to appreciate what he's still able to do on the cusp of his 40th birthday, James again acknowledged the reality that his unbelievable, historic NBA career is inching toward its close. "I don't know," a dejected James said to reporters in the locker room after the loss to Atlanta. "I just go out there and play the game the right way, compete at a high level and leave it all out on the floor every time I go out there. My time is very limited on how long I'll play, so I'm just happy to still be able to play the game that I love." In November, James said that he's not gonna play that much longer, to be completely honest. He doesn't know how many years that is, but he's not going to play until the wheels completely fall off because he doesn't want to be the guy that's disrespecting the game because I want to be out there on the floor. What the LA Lakers asked LeBron James when Golden State Warriors called over trade, Brian Windhorst reveals. The Los Angeles Lakers and Golden State Warriors' poor recent form has seen the trade rumor mill start up again. On December 15, 80 NBA players who signed as free agents in the summer will become eligible to be traded. One of these is the LA Lakers' LeBron James. James is not expected to be traded, he has never left a team mid-season, yet speculation has begun to ramp up, following the same pattern as earlier this year. Prior to the trade deadline there was an approach from the Golden State Warriors, and on ESPN it has been debated whether LeBron James should be a target for them once again. The Warriors are keen to add a superstar to join Stephen Curry in the twilight of his NBA career. After seeing him team up with former rival LeBron James in the Olympics, it's back under discussion, at least in media circles. The Warriors were a play-in team last year and looked to have made a big improvement this year, before a collapse sparked by DeAnthony Melton's injury. The Warriors were a play-in team last year and looked to have made a big improvement this year, before a collapse sparked by DeAnthony Melton's injury. Having been second in the Western Conference, they have dropped to fifth at 13-9, and are considering how they can strengthen. NBA expert Bill Simmons has tipped them to move for Zach LaVine. The possibility of a blockbuster move for LeBron James is remote, yet it's one that made national headlines, in part because of the LA Lakers' collapse in form. The Lakers lost again last night to fall to 12-11 for the season. They are now 10th in the West. Speaking to ESPN LA, Brian Windhorst reflected on the Warriors' inquiry for LeBron James last season, and discussed how the Lakers actually asked the superstar what he wanted to do. He explained, "One of the most fascinating stories of last season was the story about the Warriors calling the Lakers at the trade deadline, asking about trading for LeBron. That was a fascinating moment. The Warriors don't do that unless they thought there was a real possibility that LeBron would want to go and that the Lakers would trade him. With the Lakers, from what I understand, the Lakers came to him, is this what you really want, to stay? Right? James decided to stay in LA, but the clear insinuation from Windhorst's comments was that the Lakers would have listened to him if he said he wanted to leave, which would make sense, as he had some value and his contract was up in the summer.